Time is like privacy. Once you lose time, you can never get it back again. And as you might have seen, the computer provides us with tons of ways to waste time. So let's take a look at a couple of ways that can help us be more efficient and avoid wasting this very precious resource. Usually when we waste time on a computer, it's called fun. But when we waste time on a computer at work, it's called cyber loafing. We all know of ways of wasting time at work. Okay, a few of us are even experts at it. But some of us are experts at pretending to be working. I'm not sure if computer games have this, but in the past, some games had a special boss key. When you press it, a sample spreadsheet would suddenly appear on the screen. Even when we are doing legitimate work on our computer, sometimes the computer tries to lure us into doing something else. For example, suppose you're searching for an important topic for your business, and you'll sometimes see at the bottom of the screen a group of really interesting headlines. No matter how interesting they seem, don't click on them. They're called clickbait, and their sole purpose is to get you to click on them and take you down some rabbit hole of useless advertisements. The story is usually never as interesting as a headline, so take it from me. Skip the clickbait and do yourself and your boss a favor. Sometimes a virus will hijack your web browser. When you try to go to a particular site, the browser will force you to go somewhere else, often to a website of a particular advertiser. I've seen a number of clients who have had this problem. Often the home page has been replaced. Instead of going to Google, it goes to a similar search engine that looks a lot like Google but isn't. In the old days, we received a lot of junk mail from the post office. Now we receive a lot of junk email, and that is called spam. Spam is one of the most annoying time wasters on your computer. The name spam, by the way, does not come from the delicious canned luncheon meat. It's actually from a comedy bit on an old British TV show called Monty Python's Flying Circus. Click the link in the PDF file to watch it. The reason we get spam is basically because of what it costs. Nothing. Okay, it may cost 20 or 30 cents or more to send a junk mail by the U.S. Postal Service, but a similar piece of spam is basically free. For us poor folks on the receiving end of spam, however, there is a significant cost, our time. Once the spammers discover our email address, we start to receive an ever-increasing amount of spam each day. And we have to wade through this junk to find the good mail, wasting a tremendous amount of time over the course of a year. Pretty soon, there's a real danger that there's so much spam you overlook your important mail. The best way to fight spam is simply to avoid it, and you can do it easily by following one simple rule. Never use your work email address for personal items. Instead, get a free email address from Gmail or Yahoo and use that for personal items. When those accounts get spammed up, that's no problem. You can just discard them and get a new address. If you start getting spam on your business email account, there are ways to fight it, okay? But they're not 100% accurate. Filter programs such as SpamSieve and SpamFighter will occasionally regard certain legitimate email as spam and stash it into your junk folder. One of the best ways to fight spam is to use Gmail. Gmail uses a system called community signaling to spot spam. What that means is that if one person sees a spam message and marks it as spam, Gmail will start to remove that message from everybody else's account. This is a really effective technique. I use this quite a bit. In fact, whenever one of my email accounts starts getting spam, I simply forward it to one of my Gmail accounts where the spam can be filtered out using this very effective way. This is a very interesting toy here. And no, it's never actually been produced, but boy, does it look cute. I love the face on the bartender there. Age is 3 enough. I love that. Okay, now I hate to shock anybody here, but this person does not exist. It's a great job of Photoshop. And look at this picture, okay? This is Hillary Clinton when she was probably a college student. And it looks like a nice picture, okay? But look in the upper left corner there. That obviously she did not have this little flag like that there. Okay, somebody did, a really good Photoshop job, but it's not good. You can't believe everything you see on the internet. Okay, and this came out. This is back in 2016. Can you believe this here? People, I hope no one really believed this, okay? But you cannot vote by just texting. There are a number of hoaxes on the internet, and if you have time, you can click on this link here in the PowerPoint file and just take a look at them. Some of them are kind of funny, and some other ones here, which is really meant. People are trying to fool us all the time. So don't be gullible. If you see something that's a hoax, if you see something that's kind of hard to believe, it's amazing, check it out. Before you send it to someone else, check it out. Try not to waste other people's time. And it's not just pictures that can be manipulated. You can also manipulate voice. Okay, there's ways of making people say things they never said. One of the biggest ways we waste time is by watching advertising on the internet. Okay, and advertising is good because it pays for the internet, but it does take up our time. One thing you could do is use a ad blocker, something like uBlock Origin, and you can block ads. And this saves a lot of time. In fact, some ads can have viruses in them. They found viruses in a certain ad. So this is a way of protecting yourself. Your time is one of your most precious assets, so try not to waste it. Don't cyberloaf, okay? Whether it's Facebook, games, fantasy football, cat videos, wait till you get home to do it. Don't do it in the office. Don't fall for clickbait. It's never as interesting as it sounds. Avoid spam. Keep your business email account for business purposes and use Gmail for personal items. And just beware of hoaxes. Beware of hoaxes. There are a lot of hoaxes out there. And beware of hoaxes. There are enough gullible people out there. Don't be one of them. And speaking of not wasting time, it's about time I end this. Next thing we'll talk about is the best way to protect your data.